So my name's Roake. I'm the Director of Business and Resource Development at NeighborWorks Salt Lake. We are a 45-year-old nonprofit. We do comprehensive neighborhood revitalization. So we do lending. We help people with affordable housing. We do real estate development, again with that underlying building what the community needs aspect, and then we have a big focus on community outreach. We do service projects, we do special programs to respond to community needs. We have a West Side leadership program, a youth program. We do a little bit of everything really, and we've been doing it for a long time. Our partnership with Salt Lake City goes back a long ways, almost as long as we've been doing this. We've been working closely with Salt Lake City, and the Department of Neighborhood Development over there and their staff, when they administer federal funds, when funds come down the pipeline from the feds, they will look for trusted neighborhood partners and to administer programs. They'll look for folks that are working on the ground and that can bring that kind of community voice to the discussion. And so we work in partnership with them as basically a subcontractor, I guess would be the easiest way to understand that, where we administer the program. We look at we're qualified to look at people's financials in the same way that a bank would or something along those lines, and basically we just work in partnership with them where they will give the funds out, release funds based off of what we've done, what we report back to them. So in response to COVID, and really what's become a crisis on all sorts of levels, one of the issues is foreclosures. It's people either losing their job, having their income lowered, unexpected expenses, health, and that mortgage falls behind, or there's a risk that it'll fall behind. And what Salt Lake City, the folks over there in that department have decided to do is get ahead of the game. And about a year ago, they came to us and we talked about what can we do to get ahead of what's inevitably going to be a crisis here. If folks are unable to pay their mortgage, they're going to lose their homes. We kind of developed with them what we thought would be a good program to address that. That other states had tried to do, and other cities, where basically we put aside funding to help them pay the mortgage, to put it quite simply. And what we kind of set up was about a 3-month window that we could help somebody address their mortgage. So that could be someone that's behind on their mortgage. Say they haven't been able to pay for the last couple months or the last month, or they're worried that they're not going to be able to pay. They haven't gotten behind yet, but they're worried that they're going to. Or it could be somebody that's in a forbearance currently, and they're going to need to pay that forbearance eventually. Inevitably, all these mortgage payments, with the best intentions of that borrower, are going to need to be paid. And our goal was to set, up to 3 of those payments, or a maximum of $5,000 if that 3-payment system doesn't make sense, to either catch people up or to get them ahead in some instances before there is a problem, or to help them if that forbearance is ending and be like, well, let's address that lump sum that is still due. And what we came up with was really a pretty easy program for the applicant. That's a grant-based program, which is something that they won't have to pay back. It's a maximum of $5,000 that can go towards that, which, ideally that's getting them back to zero, getting them in a healthy position where going forward they'll be better able to pay their mortgage. And even I think in worst case scenarios, to give that window is really what we talk about, to be able to have some breathing room while you find a new job, while you, whatever it is you need to do to prepare. And we hope that it never results in a foreclosure. We hope that push prevents worst case scenario, which is that someone loses their home during a pandemic and a crisis situation becomes way worse. If you go to www.nwsaltlake.org, the first thing that will pop up is a pop-up that says mortgage payment assistance, need help paying your mortgage. And that will guide you through. It's a pretty basic intake process. Then we'll reach out to you. Turnaround is pretty quick as far as getting it approved, getting money to your lender to make sure that We don't have them putting a foreclosure notice. We can help you communicate with the lender and be like, this is what we're doing, all with the intent that you stay in there. But yeah, if you go to our website, or you could give us a ring, 801-539-1590. You can ask for Rob, or we'll direct you to our lending staff. But everybody here is very familiar with the program, and we are happy to make it as easy and painless as possible to get qualified if we can.